Hi, I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO of Dismaker. Do you remember way back to 18 months ago when NFTs were touted as the next technology that would allow artists to finally monetize their music online? It was March of 2022. I look back, and digital artist Beeple had just sold his collection of 5,000 NFTs stitched together for a whopping $69 million, and the hype was everywhere. And I'll admit it, I might have been caught up in it a tiny little bit. At the time, I did 2 videos a week apart about NFTs. One titled NFTs are bullshit, and the other one called NFTs are the most exciting revenue opportunity for artists in a decade. And I also did an educational video series with my friend and artist Cheryl Engelhardt titled Let's Make an NFT. My goal was to point out both the opportunities and the ludicrousness of this format. And guess what? It looks like the bullshit argument won. Recently, a company called DapGamble that services crypto and online gambling revealed its research that of the 73,000 NFT collections they surveyed, almost 70,000 had a value of 0 Ether. Ether being the main cryptocurrency used to buy and sell NFTs. That's 95% of NFT collections worth 0, including collections that just 18 months ago had traded for 4, 5, maybe even 6 digits. A total NFT market cap of close to $17 billion just a year and a half ago is now worth maybe 80 million. Not nothing, but just 3% of its peak valuation. Now, if you never bought an NFT, it's easy to have a bit of schadenfreude at this point and say, yep, I knew it. NFTs were all hype and no substance. And you would be mostly right. But you would also be wrong, because certainly it was hype that drove the valuation of some NFTs through the roof. But I believe there were and continue to be some interesting opportunities with the sale of unique digital tokens. It just appears that it's not in the music industry at this time. So what happened? What went wrong? Well, a few things. I think the main thing that went wrong was that the value proposition for the typical consumer just wasn't there. Most consumers couldn't wrap their head around the concept of a digital collectible that by and large looked just like any other digital image that they could see on their phone or on their computer. They also didn't quite get the utility of the format. What was it actually used for? How did you use it? Or how did you display it? Another biggie was that buying and selling NFTs was just too complicated for the average consumer. Buying crypto, getting it into your crypto wallet, which you first had to download, buying an NFT online from any of a number of distinct marketplaces. The auction process was confusing. It was all too much work and too complex. I'm sure there are plenty of other reasons why NFTs didn't catch on with the consumer, but those are the main ones. The final blow that soured content creators on NFTs was a few weeks ago when OpenSea, the largest NFT marketplace, announced they would make the collection of promised resale royalties for NFTs optional. This was always one of the coolest aspects of buying and reselling NFTs, that you as the artist who minted an NFT could set a royalty rate of 5 or 10, even 15% that you would get paid when an NFT of yours was eventually resold by the person who bought it from you. Now, the largest marketplace said they might not collect them. That's a bummer. So, with the demise of the NFT, the question for artists is, okay, what now? How do we actually make money from our music, make more money? Is the best we can do just live with the tiny trickle of royalties we get from the streaming platforms and hope to make up income from selling CDs, vinyl, merch, and concert tickets? The unfortunate answer appears to be, seems like that for now. The streaming companies are experimenting with artist-centric royalty rates and with other royalty models that could pay more for fans who actively stream your music and less for streams from playlists and other background uses. But is that the answer? Clearly no. Even if changes to the royalty algorithm means a huge 50% bump in streaming royalty rates, which can never happen and will never happen, so what? If you made a peanut in streaming royalties before, now you have 1.5 peanuts. Big whoop. I mean, it's great for the majors, but it won't make a real difference for you. No, the current industry revenue model is broken for independent artists. NFTs, in my opinion, offered a possible promise of an alternative, but it wasn't to be. Though, who knows, a new, more user-friendly iteration might pop up in the future. I wish I had an answer for a macro fix for the music industry and its revenue model, particularly for artists. The streaming genie is out of the bottle. This is how fans listen to music today, and there's no going back. So I try to do my small part to help you make money from your music through physical media. Speaking of, have I told you we have cut our vinyl prices basically in half? 100 records now start at just $999, the lowest price in the known universe. So if you need to drive some music income, it is now finally affordable to put out the one format that, unlike with NFTs, fans have proven to love the most. And at these prices, you can actually make a few bucks. Buy them for $10 a piece, sell at concerts for $20, $25, maybe even $30. And if you make 200 records, your per record cost goes down to $7. And of course, we still have CDs, which are super affordable. If you want to learn more, go to discmakers.com/vinyl. And then, besides that, just keep on grinding, my friend. This business is not always easy, but it's what we do. I'll see you next time.